Hello, welcome back. This again is Jonathan Parks of Jonathan's Nature Crafts. I've got a little thing to show you here. As you can see, we have added a few more features to the wall since the last video was made. I have put up here the Borneo black-banded squirrel, which is an Asiatic squirrel, the Indian giant Malabar squirrel, the Finlayson squirrel, and the Prevost squirrel. I'd like to tell you a little bit as to how I got introduced to those particular squirrels. I was watching a video one time on social media where it showed that there was a squirrel that was getting into some kind of fruit on the tree, and the squirrel wanted the fruit so bad that it kept digging into the fruit even though the monkey kept kicking it. And we were all just trying to figure out what kind of squirrel that was, and some people were asking, and others were posting names for it, and one person mentioned a Prevost, one person mentioned a giant Indian Malabar, which, I mean, I looked up the names of both. I found out a giant Indian Malabar was what it was, but it just so happened that I looked up both, and that was how I really got into the different squirrels from around the world. I'd like to mention to you all a new little thing I need to introduce today. These are the mascot figures that you see on the logo. This is Bernie, a black and rufous elephant shrew. This is a checkered elephant shrew. And the other name for an elephant shrew is a Sinji. And what I'll say is that I have looked them up. I have found out that it is not really a breed of shrew. It is like a whole different creature, but it gets its name because it has some things in common with an elephant and some things in common with a shrew. Of course, it is a whole lot larger than a typical shrew is. But I want to tell you all a little bit about how I got introduced to creatures like that. Because when I went to the movie to see the new 2019 version of The Lion King, I saw quite a few interesting creatures in the movie, and I did an internet research to find out what the creatures were. That was how I got introduced to an elephant shrew. Of course, maybe when I was a kid, I might have seen a Sinji here or there, maybe in a wildlife encyclopedia, but never really paid attention to it, never really studied it, got to learn about it. I guess I probably didn't find them all that interesting at the time. But one other thing I need to tell you about it is that I told you in the last video that I had some stuff that was pending in the Copyright Office, and that includes those two elephant shrews you just saw with their names. They're pending. I have quite a few other mascot characters that are animals that came off of some of my woodworkings and sewings that are pending as well. I have made names for all of them, put them all into a PDF document and sent it off to the office. But just to let you all know that right now that stuff is pending, and it's all because of COVID and because of things like that, and just, you know, the lack of work people have these days and the lack of staff, that it can really be able to take things longer to go through. Like right now, it's probably taking a lot longer for copyrights to be registered for some of the lack of work they might have in the Library of Congress. So this is just to give you all an update as to what is going on, tell you a little bit more about the work and how much further it's coming along. There will be a future video where I will hope that I can introduce you all to a little bit more. Maybe a few more creatures that I've made, a few more things that are in the works, and as of yesterday, just got back around to getting some things hung back up in my bedroom after it had been so long, getting this shop reconstructed. All the vibration of the construction could cause things to fall off the wall, so we kind of had to do things a little bit where we could kind of have things where they wouldn't fall so much. Maybe had a few things get broken in boxes, a few things get scratched in boxes, but I think everything's fine and things will be back to normal. I work in a school cafeteria in a school system, and you know, the kids just got out of school last Tuesday, but I didn't get out of work until last Friday. We had several makeup days to do. Work has been kind of tiring the past few weeks, and it's just gotten to the point where we have finally gotten the weeks done with. I've had differences in my schedule all this time. I've had quite a few places to go to try to set up my work and look for opportunities to set it up for sale, try to get a little business going. But it's going to be going fine soon. I'm going to be able to get things set up again once I get all more rested up again. And hopefully I'll get to have a video where I'll have the bedroom cleaned finally. And once that gets done, I can probably go in there and show you all some pictures of my work that I might have back up on the wall in there. So that's all I have to say for today, and we're getting to the time where it's getting to be an end, and I'll be taking a break for a while and be back with you shortly.